Is Yae Miko really that bad? I'm gonna be answering this question in today's video because as the banner is about to go away, a lot of people are gonna be wishing on the banner because now the 4-star is gonna be revealed for Kokomi and Raiden's banner soon enough, and those characters could be a reason why people wish for Yae Miko or skip it. And since she's been out for a while, I've had plenty of time to test her out and play her and see how good her kit is and what's wrong with her kit as well. Why not have an 80 out of 80 with a level 90 witches, constellation 0, and even 688 talents? Now before I get into the cons of the character, I want to go over some of the pros because some of the pros are pretty nice to have. The first thing I want to talk about is her off-field DPS is actually pretty nice. So while your main DPS is doing damage, your Yae Miko is doing electro bolts everywhere and then you can swap to her, do her burst, and do it all over again. So she's really good in teams that just need an off-field DPS on the side so that you can get a little bit more extra damage. She's also really good at proccing Electro a lot because of her turns as well, so you have a lot of extra reactions available for your team if you want Yae Miko. And honestly, those are pretty much all the pros I could really find and think of while playing Yae Miko, to be honest. I'll explain that more later on after I talk about the cons, but that's pretty much all I can think of right now. Now let's talk about the cons of Yae Miko, because there are a lot more cons than pros when it comes to Yae Miko, unfortunately. The first and big glaring thing that people talk about is that her rotations take way too long to proc off. You know, most of the best support characters or sub DPSs are people that can be off field or have to be on field for a short time but still do a lot of damage. For example, Xingqiu, Zhang Ling, Kazuha, Bennett, you get the idea. Since they don't have to be on the field for that long and in that short period of time they can do a whole lot of damage, it's very easy to use and allows the main DPS to keep on doing damage. The problem with Yae Miko is that placing her turns, doing her burst, and then placing her turns again takes up a lot of time. It kind of messes up the rotation of teams, which allows less time on your main DPSs, less time on your other supports, and it's also just very clunky. Just for example, we're going to fight Master Noya real quick, and I'm going to see how long it takes me to do through the whole entire rotation. I have to go 1, 2, 3, and then I can get off field. That part's not that bad, and doesn't take all that long, but it does get really long when I have to use the burst. Now that I have Yae Miko's burst, this is how long it usually takes to do rotation. So I'm over here fighting, and then I have to switch to Yae Miko. 1, 2, 3, then I have to use the burst, and then I go 1, 2, 3 again. And as you can see, that took a long time. When Sucrose, I can just go bop, and then I switch back to Raiden, and then just easy switching and fast. And I go to Bennett, bop, and he's gone. So that is another reason why Yae Miko is a little bit clunky and a little bit troublesome to try to throw it around. And one of the main reasons people are saying that they don't like it. Another con to Yae Miko is her burst. Now her burst does have pretty good scaling, but it has a 90 energy cost, which is huge. Raiden also has that energy cost, but she actually gives back energy and restores a lot of electro particles through the elemental skill, so it's not really that much of a problem. Her electro particle generation is kinda lackluster because every 3 hits with her totems equals 1 electro particle, and that's really not enough. And then that 22-second cooldown means you can't even use it as often as you'd probably like, even if you have it at 100% uptime. Even Raiden's Shogun's burst only has an 18-second cooldown. So now if you pair up the energy cost with the super high cooldown, with the low particle generation, with the clunky movement, it all kind of piles up on you at once. So her burst is pretty nice, don't get me wrong, but that energy cost really does restrict you in teams so you have to use an electro character. So it kind of sucks for people who don't have that many electro characters, so then the Yae Miko won't be able to use their burst that often. Next are her constellations. It really feels like Yae Miko's potential is locked behind constellations because these give you huge energy back, give you lots of damage increase on your elemental skills, allows you to buff your other teammates, and for C0 Yae Miko's, it doesn't really seem all that great. I mean, of course you can still do a lot of damage with your Yae Miko at C0, but even as someone like Raiden, we can look at her constellations. I know a lot of people say her true potential is locked behind her C2, but she is still definitely really extremely good at C0. And this can go for someone like Zhongli, he's still amazing at C0. Venti's still good at C0, Mona's still good at C0. And a lot of these 5-star characters are as well. But it does feel like with Yae Miko, you're not really getting the most potential. She's just alright at best, but she does get way better with her constellations, which could possibly cost you hundreds of dollars if you actually spend money on this game. So that is a bit of a problem too. And then the last thing I want to talk about is that her best teams are really expensive. And what I mean by that is that they cost a lot of 5-star characters. So I have a team right here, Raiden Shogun, Yae Miko, Sucrose Bennett, Sucrose is really good in this team as well, but you could always replace this with Kazuha and it would actually be way better because Kazuha really pairs well with electro characters. Which means a lot of the characters that Yae Miko pairs well with are 5-star characters and you might not have these characters. Characters like Raiden, Sucrose, Eula. These are all 5-star characters that have the best Yae Miko teams, so you might be influenced not to roll on Yae Miko if you don't have these good characters to pair with her. I mean, you could put her in like a Taser comp if you wanted to, but it's definitely not going to be as optimal as the best 5-star teams. And there you go, those are all the cons to having Yae Miko. I know they really outweighed the pros, but let me explain it all. Yae Miko is an alright character. She's not outstanding, she's not crazy DPS, she's just an alright character and that is okay. Not all characters need to be extremely bonkers doing huge crazy DPS at the wazoo. And Yae Miko is super replaceable. You can change her up with so many characters in this game that you basically don't even need a Yae Miko. So my conclusion to this is, so Yae Miko is a pretty alright character, and you only want to roll for her if you think she's fun, looks nice, or you have the teammates to pair up with her. If you don't have Raiden, if you don't have Kazuha, if you don't have Eula, it's probably not the best idea to roll on Yae Miko. And in general, if you just don't think she's fun, then just don't roll on her. She seems to be only a purely fun character, nothing else. Unless they do make some huge changes in the future where they buff her or something, which, knowing Mihoyo, they probably won't. The only time they've ever done that was with Zhongli when everyone hated on him for no reason, in my opinion. But other than that, knowing them, there's not going to be much change with Yae Miko unless I'm just wrong and they do, then, well. So I think Yae Miko is really fun, she looks really nice, she's a different playstyle from anyone else in the game. Just if you want to roll for someone that's meta, Yae Miko will not be it. She is purely an alright character that's fun to play, and that's basically all there is to it. She fits into the sub DPS role the most, but if you do want to make her a main DPS, one of the big problems is that her charge attacks take a long time to proc off. I mean a really long time. And of course the cost for the charge attacks are still 50 like every other catalyst uses, so it's not even going to be that much charge attacking either. So yeah, that is pretty much all I have to talk about in this video. I just want to give some pros and cons, and give you the true reason why people don't like it, and talk about if you should wish on her or not, because it's really dependent on the account, if you find her fun, because she's highly replaceable. If you don't roll on her, you're not missing out at all, so it doesn't really matter. So it just all depends on you. I'm just here to give you all the information so you can make the decision for yourself. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Her banner is going away pretty soon, so watch out for that. I just wanted to make this video real quick to let you guys know, just in case you did want to roll on the banner when the Kokomi and Raiden 4-stars get released. And that's basically all for me. Good luck if you're putting on wishing for Yae Miko in the last days. Be aware that she's highly replaceable, she's an alright character, and she's just purely for fun. And I'll see you guys in the next video.